They're off. Captain Albano and Sabonis, and Hunton the last dollar, quickest of all on the inside. Hunton the last dollar, and Jason Bartlett. And Captain Albano on the outside second, looking to tuck in. There's a two-hole there for him. Sabonis is third, as Ken Hanover looks to go up fourth on the outside. Vukafalis out-sprinted fifth. And then it's Ruthless Hanover on the inside sixth, and a buck a bet Hanover in 7 colors. Hunton the last dollar in front of the quarter at 7-1 on the board. Zipped it in 27-1. Hunton the last dollar on the engine across the backstretch. Captain Albano going for the lead, as Todd McCarthy is not content with second here. Sabonis tightens in from third, a gap of 2.5 lengths to Ken Hanover on the inside fourth. Vukafalis is fifth, then it's Ruthless Hanover, a buck a bet Hanover, and 7 colors. Brand new leader, Captain Albano at 5-2. Captain Albano, Hunton the last dollar now second, 55-1, 28 seconds. Sabonis activated by Dexter Dunn goes in attack mode, so Ken Hanover picks up that live cover second over fourth as they hit the far turn. Vukafalis back to fifth on the inside. Ruthless Hanover from third over sixth on the outside. Then a buck a bet Hanover and 7 colors on the rail. Heading to 3/4, Captain Albano. Sabonis up to say hello on the outside. Hunting the last dollar right there. Ken Hanover looking poised for the Buckeye. Second overall set to come 3 high. Ruthless Hanover tracking him as they turn for home. 3/4, 1:22 and 4. 27-3 in that third quarter in the stretch drive. Sabonis between them. On the outside, Ken Hanover. Sabonis and Ken Hanover, they duke it out. Hunton, the last dollar between them, down to the wire. And prevailing, Ken Hanover. Ken Hanover. Then tight, Hunton, the last dollar, or Sabonis. Then Captain Albano, Ken Hanover, 149. And they're on gate for race 10, the Hambletonian Oaks final. Here they come. Fillies are off and trotting in the Hambletonian Oaks. Conversano, a perfect Annie, left hard. Walsby on the outside. Sound Judgment put in play on the inside into the top 4. Miss Belmar cuts the corner. She is 5th on the inside. Deja Blue just floated away in 6th. And parked out 7th is Delaney Hanover. Stride for stride with our charm at the rear of the field. Then Champagne, Problems, and Teresi. A perfect Annie on the point. Here comes Conversano and James McDonald to take over. On the move up quickly is Walsby on the outside third and gaining 27-1 honest opening quarter. Sound Judgment fourth on the inside. As they continue across the backstretch, Miss Belmar is 5th on the cones. And 6th is Deja Blue. That one followed by, on the outside, Delaney Hanover. And then comes Our Charm, and still trailing is Teresi. Halfway home, Walsby in front here at 20-1. With Trans Smedshammer taking him past the half in 55 seconds. Walsby, Conversano second. A perfect Annie on the inside third. Sound Judgment goes first over on the outside. Miss Belmar to follow her. Deja Blue third over, 6th on the outside. Teresi shoots a gap on the inside 7th, but needs racing room. Then it's Delaney Hanover stacked up 4th over in a dull flow here. Then Our Charm is last. Walsby, they're trying to figure her out. Conversano in the pocket spot. Sound Judgment first over. A perfect Annie on the inside. Miss Belmar, 3 wide on the outside. And Deja Blue. Jingra's got a lap full there, 124-1. They're in the stretch of the Hambletonian Oaks. Walsby will try to hold on. Conversano had a perfect trip and looking to pay off. Walsby on the outside, Conversano, and James McDonald drawing clear. The conversation's over. It's Conversano scores over Walsby. Then Delaney Hanover and Deja Blue. Conversano, James McDonald in the Hambletonian Oaks in 151-2. Off and trotting, Chopper Craze is out fast with Up Your Deo on the inside and Sir Pinocchio on the rail. Those 3 across the track as Alexis Cody launches a 4-wide bid around the first turn. Cutting the corner, Take All Comers from the second tier, soon to be 5th on the inside. Private Access is 6th, and then it's Security Protected on the inside. 7th, Periculum, the favorite, looking to go up on the outside. Then comes Hill Exotic and Gruesome, Twosome, and Oh Well is the trailer. 26 and 2. A rapid clip early here, and taking over, it's Lexus Cody and Yannick Gingras after 3/8 of a mile. Lexus Cody lands up front. Sir Pinocchio now trotting in second. Up Your Dale gaps a bit in third. Inching up uncovered is Private Access fourth. Chapper Craze is pinned in fifth. Periculum following cover. And then it's Take All Comers on the inside. Getting underway from the back is Hill Exotic, along with Oh Well. Shuffle to the rear, Security Protected, then Gruesome, Twosome, half. 54 seconds onto the far turn they go. And they chase Lexus Cody by a length. Here comes Private Access and Louis Wall. Now second and threatening. Sir Pinocchio's in the pocket spot. Periculum, a golden second over trip in fourth. Up Your Deo, shovel to fifth on the inside. Hill Exotic up third over sixth on the outside. And Oh Well fans to the outside with work to do. 3/4, 1:22 and 1, demanding fractions here. And digging in, Lexus Cody, and steamrolling first over Private Access, and slingshotting off cover Periculum, open road. Chapper Craze with room on the inside, but Periculum explodes with trot for the money man. Scots are on. Periculum, a dominant winner over Security Protected. Then it was Chapter Craze and Private Access. Periculum in 1:49 and 3. Here they come. Grande Via far back and off stride early on a jet plane, fires hard with Variegated on the outside and Super Chapter in between them. And Gap Kronos aggressive early from the inside as they race to the first turn. Gap Kronos cuts the corner, swooping down on him is On a Jet Plane to take the lead. Gap Kronos second, Super Chapter the big favorite on the outside third and gaining just a bit. Then it's Chimpanzee Dancer fourth to the inside and Variegated at the opening quarter. Maximus Miras and way back is Grande Via, broke before the start. A crisp opening quarter of 27 flat now, and Super Chapter gets going for Dexter Dunn. Super Chapter sweeps up to get the lead. On a Jet Plane back in the second spot now. Gap Kronos is jammed up third there. Chimpanzee Dancer under a tight rein in fourth, followed by Variegated fifth, and Maximus Miras and Grande Via is way back. They're single file at the half. Big favorite here, Super Chapter. He's 4 for 4 on the season, 1-9 on the board. On a Jet Plane, a perfect trip behind the big favorite, 56 and 2, a 29-2 breather in that second quarter. Gap Kronos tracking third. To the outside goes Variegated from fourth. And staying in was Chimpanzee Dancer, fifth. To the outside, Maximus Miras. And way back, Grande Via. Midway on the final turn, they're chasing Super Chapter. Gap Kronos and Yannick Gingras come to call on the outside, and they mean business. On a Jet Plane needs racing room. Second over and poised is Variegated, fourth on the outside. Shuffled back was Chimpanzee Dancer. And Maximus Miras needs to do more. 3/4, 1:24 and 4. They're in the stretch drive. It's Super Chapter, the one they're chasing. Super Chapter on a Jet Plane on the inside is full out. Game first over was Gap Kronos. He's still second. Rally from Maximus Miras down the side of the racetrack. But it's Super Chapter. 5 for 5. Super Chapter dominates over Maximus Miras. Then Gap Kronos. And On a Jet Plane, 1:51 and 1.
They trotted the top of the stretch. Pink Bomb bracing for the challenge of the favorite, Yo Tilly. And it's Yo Tilly who's up to confront Pink Bomb through 3/4, 1:23 and 3. And Yo Tilly sprints right past. Yo Tilly has taken over the lead. Stash Some Cash is chasing the favorite there to the outside now in second. With Our Lady W down the center late. Deep stretch. Yo Tilly maintaining a 2-length lead. Stash Some Cash continues to give chase second. Our Lady W rallies into third. Grand Reserves down at the inside fourth. Yo Tilly as advertised here at 1-9. Yo Tilly scores in 1:51 and 1.
Twinbee, Joe Fresh. Sylvia Hanover in the pocket spot. 1:22 and 3. 27 and 2. Third quarter speed. Twinbee, Joe Fresh. She took off by 3, now 4 lengths, leaving Sylvia Hanover in her wake. Walking on sunshine, late pace on the outside. Twinbee, Joe Fresh, a pacing dynamo in the Dorothy Hott Memorial. Twinbee, Joe Fresh, then Sylvia Hanover, walking on sunshine. My girl EJ, dazzling, 1:48 and 1. The 100th Hambletonian. Race 12, here they come. And they're off, and Nordic Catcher shoots out. Go Duck, go on the outside. Super Chapter with early speed. Meshuggah from the inside into the top four, and put in play is Maryland on the outside, fifth. Emoticon Legacy just floated away in sixth. Then it's Maximus Miris at the rear of the field, followed by Gap, Chronos, and Blank. In the early trailer is Green Maw. From post 10, Go Dog Go at 12-1 with Todd McCarthy. Open length leader by 2. 26-1. A torrid opening fraction for Go Dog Go across the backstretch. Super Chapter in for that two-hole ride. Titans in for Jingra under a tight rein. Nordic Catcher is third at this point. A gap of 3-4 to Meshuggah fourth and staying in. Maryland gets underway uncovered on the outside. Emoticon Legacy to follow him past the half. And then it's Maximus Miris at the rear of the field with Gap Chronos. Gap Chronos is followed by Green Maw and Blank stride for stride with that one. The half 54-2. So they try to close in on Go Dog Go, dictating his terms here. Nordic Catcher from off the pace for Åke Svanstedt on the outside, first over and challenging. As they head to three quarters, Go Dog Go, and Nordic Catcher applying serious pressure on the outside. It's Super Chapter who's locked in the box for now. Well-positioned Maryland second over and fourth. Meshuggah on the inside fifth. Emoticon Legacy on the outside sixth. They take them by three quarters, and it's Go Dog Go in front. Nordic Catcher is relentless on the outside. Super Chapter needs racing room. Had a perfect trip. 1:22.4 for three quarters in the stretch of the Hambletonian. Nordic Catcher steamrolls first over, takes the lead. Super Chapter shakes loose late on the outside into second. Late trot from Maryland, but it's Nordic Catcher. Åke Svanstedt wins one for the boss. Nordic Catcher, then Super Chapter, then close Maryland. Or Gap Chronos 150 flat. A stakes record in the Hambletonian.
Blueprint with a half-length lead to three quarters in 1:19.1. That's the fastest three quarters in the history of the Cup, and Blueprint turns for home. He's got a lead of 2. Madden Oaks trying to rally up the inside. Dandy Ideal, Captain Optimistic better in the straightaway. He starts to close. Madden Oaks up the inside, and Blueprint trying to fend him off. A couple of Cup rookies battling it out right down to the wire. Inside is Madden Oaks. Blueprint comes back to win it. It's Blueprint over Madden Oaks and Fast Choice. He won 47-1. Stakes and track record.
They're off. Kobe's GG, Sylvia Hanover, and Twinbee Joe Fresh on the outside, leaving hard. My Girl EJ with speed on the rail into the first turn. Then it's Stone Cold Treachery and Bellucci as they march to the opening quarter. And on the engine early is Kobe's GG. Kobe's GG, Sylvia Hanover pockets up. Twinbee Joe Fresh off the speed takes a seat in third for now. My Girl EJ is fourth, and then Stone Cold Treachery and Bellucci. Opening quarter hot, 26-4. Kobe's GG 18-1 on the point here for Jingra. Kobe's GG, Sylvia Hanover right there in second. Twinbee Joe Fresh tracking third, right on the helmet. My Girl EJ is fourth, and then Stone Cold Treachery and Bellucci, and no changes, single file. Following Kobe's GG. Content with the pocket ride, Sylvia Hanover and Tetrick. Dexter Dunn with Twinbee Joe Fresh in third. And then My Girl EJ, Stone Cold Treachery, and Bellucci. Half up in 54-4. Racing into the far turn, Kobe's GG continues to pave the way. Sylvia Hanover, perfect trip so far, edging out of the pocket, now gets her cue. Here comes Sylvia Hanover to pounce on Kobe's GG. And right there is Twinbee Joe Fresh looking poised. And then My Girl EJ fourth, and Stone Cold Treachery and Bellucci. At three quarters, Sylvia Hanover on the outside sticks ahead in front. Right there on the inside, Kobe's GG and Twinbee Joe Fresh, 1:22.1 into the stretch drive of the Lady Liberty. Sylvia Hanover had a perfect trip, but Twinbee Joe Fresh has revenge on her mind. Here comes Twinbee Joe Fresh. Sylvia Hanover digs in, trying to fend her off, and is doing that. Sylvia Hanover! Sylvia Hanover fights off Twinbee Joe Fresh. Then tight, My Girl EJ or Kobe's GG, Sylvia Hanover in 1:48.2. They're off, giggling on the beach on the far outside with Mickey and Minnie, and Beach Babe is gunning out as well under vigorous Jingra urging. The Beautiful Things is showing up on the inside 3 across the track around the first turn. Mickey and Minnie 4th and continues on. Rodeo Drive Deo drops back to 5th on the inside. Then it's Jordana Hanover, the early trailers. Intricacy at the opening quarter. Beach Babe hustles to the top. Used hard early here and stung to an opening quarter. A dazzling 25-4 for Beach Babe as Jingra grabs in and tries to ration out her speed. The Beautiful Things in the hot pocket spot. Mickey and Minnie's on the move up now out of 4th. 3rd and gaining and looking for the lead with Dexter Dunn. As they continue across the backstretch, giggling on the beach is 4th. Tightening in, Rodeo Drive Deo takes a peek to the outside, followed by Jordana Hanover. Then Intricacy is still trailing. Mickey and Minnie lands up front. What's the half going to be here? 54-1. Mickey and Minnie shooting for 3 in a row. Mickey and Minnie seizes control on Beach Babe. Second now, the Beautiful Thing shoveled a 3rd on the inside. She stayed in as they round that far turn. First up, Rodeo Drive Deo has to do it the hard way, and now second on the outside and threatening. Beach Babe locked in the pocket. 4 now. Up with live cover. Jordana Hanover 4th on the outside. The Beautiful Things was shoveled to 5th on the rail. Then it's Intricacy and giggling on the beach. Over by 3/4, Mickey and Minnie. And arch rival Rodeo Drive Dale on the outside squaring off. 3/4, 1:22-2 into the stretch of the Shady Daisy. It's Mickey and Minnie. Rodeo Drive Dale on the outside pouring it on, but appears to be getting the cold shoulder here. Mickey and Minnie exerting her superiority. Mickey and Minnie, and she is just toying with them in the Shady Daisy. Over Rodeo Drive Deo, then Jordana Hanover and giggling on the beach. 1:48 3/5.